No one saw this coming. Not Hudson, not Rex, and certainly not the audience. Season 9, Episode 7 does not feel like a typical chapter in the series. It feels like a turning point, an hour that trades fast-paced momentum for something quieter, heavier, and far more emotional. By the time the credits roll, one question lingers in the air. Is this the beginning of a goodbye we are not ready to face? From the very first scene, the tone is different. There is no playful banter to ease us in, no light moment between Hudson and Rex to balance the tension. Instead, we find Hudson standing still, lost in thought, while Rex studies him carefully. It is subtle but powerful. Rex has always been able to sense shifts in Hudson's mood, and this time the shift is impossible to ignore. Whatever Hudson is carrying feels deeper than the weight of an ordinary case. As the investigation begins, the team responds to what initially appears to be a routine call. A crime scene secured. A victim identified, a mystery waiting to be solved. But beneath the surface, there is an unusual quietness. Hudson approaches the case with focus, yet something about him feels distant. He speaks less than usual, avoids eye contact, and keeps his emotions guarded. Even when Rex nudges him gently, trying to reconnect, Hudson barely reacts. That small break in their usual rhythm speaks volumes. Their partnership has always been steady, almost instinctive. So when that balance wavers, it feels significant. The episode carefully builds this atmosphere. The camera lingers on silent exchanges, the music softens, allowing the emotion to breathe. Every glance carries meaning, every pause feels intentional. The team continues working together, but there is a shared awareness that something is shifting. Though no one says it directly, change feels close. The show does not rush toward drama. Instead, it lets us sit inside the discomfort and slowly realize that this story is about more than solving a crime. The case itself mirrors Hudson's internal struggle. The victim is revealed to be someone who once made a difficult sacrifice in order to protect the people they loved. That detail strikes Hudson in a deeply personal way. As he listens to the evidence unfold, something flickers behind his eyes. This investigation is not just about justice, it is about confronting a painful truth. Sometimes doing the right thing still leads to loss. That idea lingers in every scene that follows. Hudson throws himself into the investigation, but not with his usual confidence. He works longer hours, keeps conversations short, and isolates himself from the team. Sarah notices the change and gently tries to check in. But Hudson quickly insists he is fine. The words feel automatic, not honest. Rex, however, remains close. Every time Hudson steps away, Rex follows. Every time Hudson pauses, Rex looks up at him as if silently asking what is wrong. Their connection becomes the emotional center of the episode. One of the most powerful moments occurs at the crime scene when Hudson discovers a small personal item belonging to the victim. It is nothing dramatic, just something simple filled with meaning. He holds it for a second longer than expected, and in that pause, the world seems to slow. The background noise fades and the music softens. It is clear that Hudson is not just thinking about the victim. He is thinking about sacrifice, about responsibility, about choices that cannot be undone. That quiet scene carries more weight than any action sequence. As the investigation deepens, the suspect emerges someone who believed their actions were necessary to secure a better future. That motivation echoes. Hudson, unspoken fears. Protecting the future sometimes requires letting go of the present. The case becomes a reflection of his own hidden dilemma. Rex ultimately uncovers the critical clue that brings the truth to light, and the suspect is taken into custody. Yet even in victory, there is no celebration. Hudson stands silently looking down at Rex, understanding that this case has forced him to confront something he has been avoiding. The final act of the episode shifts fully into emotional territory. The case may be closed, but the real conflict remains. Hudson stands alone in his office, staring out at the city lights. The room is quiet except for Rex's steady breathing. The silence feels intentional, almost sacred. Hudson kneels down and gently rests his forehead against Rex's head. It is a small gesture, yet it carries years of shared danger, trust, and unspoken loyalty. Rex stays perfectly still, his eyes focused entirely on Hudson, as if absorbing every emotion. When Hudson finally speaks, his voice is softer than ever before. He talks about change, about how life can pull people in directions they never expected. He thanks Rex for being the best partner he could have asked for. The simplicity of his words makes them even more painful. They do not sound temporary, they sound final. Rex responds the only way he knows how. He leans closer and places his paw on Hudson's knee. It is not dramatic, it is not loud, but it